Our teammate knocked out a football player with a discus. Junior year of high school, it's track season, kind of late winter, early spring, and our track coach had been beefing with our football coach for the last couple of weeks because football was having like voluntary spring practices and track was in the middle of their season. And at Cufcath, football obviously took priority. Even though football wasn't good at the time, track was like a state contender, but football took priority. So our coaches, the football coach and our head track coach, were kind of beefing the last couple of days over the utilization of the space because track had stuff to do, football had stuff to do, and there's just some tension there. I'll put it that way. And all the teammates, like all the kids, were cool, but it was a coach beef. I remember this as clear as day. Kind of overcast, some snow had just melted, and football non-padded practice out stretching on the football field. Myself and the rest of the distance runners are doing our warm-up lap, and the discus and shot put guys are warming up, throwing in their pit. Football field and shot put area are pretty close to each other, but our guys are warming up over there. And on a side note, like shot put and discus, best sport I think for high school, especially as a distance runner watching those guys. Like they'd be out there chilling, grilling burgers at practice and stuff. Like they had a pretty good gig overall. And one of the discus guys, one of the nicest dudes I ever met. I think he ended up being a priest. I think he's a priest now, but just one of the nicest people to ever walk the face of the earth. Like to the point where you're like, I don't know what happened to you that made you so nice, but like you're just a good freaking person. Like you're a good ass dude. And he's warming up with his discus. We're coming around for our second or third warm up lap on the track, and one of our teammates is warming up with a discus. And a discus is like a big metal frisbee, right? Like it's a weighted frisbee basically. And he turned, whipped that thing, and it was just he kind of had a bad throw. And I don't remember if it slipped out of his hands or he just threw it awkwardly, but it shot on its side, skipped across the track onto the football turf, and you saw it full speed just kick off the turf and boom, hits this kid. He falls down. He's out. And I'm talking like no joke. They're doing their like warm-up exercises, like whistles are blowing on the football field. They're doing jumping jacks and active stretches and shit. And all of a sudden you see the discus, kid's down. And I'm not talking like just like a fallback. I'm talking dude falls flat on his face on the turf, out cold. Football coaches' whistles are blowing, they're running. And I remember the kid who threw the discus just like, and we were like, we all stopped running. We're like, holy shit, that kid just got knocked out. Oh my God, there's about to be beef. And I remember our head track coach is out there, comes running over to check on the kid. And obviously, first thing to do is check on the kid. He kind of regains consciousness. I took him to the trainer. But our football coaches at first were like, what the fuck? You just knocked him out. And our track coach is like, this is what happens. We're the primary sport right now. You guys shouldn't even be out here. You should be on the fucking practice fields. Like, this immediate beef just started after this kid just got knocked the fuck out. And I mean, it was bad. You heard the discus just hit his head like pop, and he was down. It was one of the craziest things I'd ever seen in my track warm up. And I'm not gonna lie, like me and my buddy Griff on the track team at the time. We literally were like, "Hey, coach, we got to go switch our shoes, get some more layers on because it's cold practice, just so we could go in and see the kid in there." Because I mean, it was like like bleeding down the side of his temple. Like he got hit right in the temple, right in the side of the head. So we were like, "Holy shit, dude, that kid got fucked up." Like, and it's not funny, but like, it was really funny. It's funny to think about at the time. Once you found out the kid was okay and stuff, it was funny because again, the odds that it's just the nicest kid, like the nicest dude from my high school experience that, like I said, ends up being a priest, like just a good ass dude that knocks his kid unconscious with a discus, and the coaches just already having some tension. That was just an opportunity for them to scream at each other and shit. So it's just really like one of those really funny things about high school. You look back at it, like especially thinking about like high school coaches and stuff. Like they're such big personalities, especially at Cufcath. The sports were taken so seriously, and you hear stories like that. And it's like, dude, like you could have easily just like scheduled your practices at different times. Like I get it's after school, but like we could easily be practicing somewhere else. The football team could have easily been practicing somewhere else. It's just like crazy shit like that you're just like, this is such a stupid beef that you two are fighting over space on the athletic area, and a kid gets knocked out because of it. So just a funny story. And like I said, one of my favorites from Cufcath. And I don't think I'll ever forget that. Like I can still picture it as clear as day. We're chatting it up. Watch that discus bounce right over the track. We're like, oh shit, someone's getting knocked the fuck out. And sure enough, that thing skipped right off the turf. Boom, kid's down. Like dead body knocked out. Out. And I don't know if he got a concussion. I don't know what the results of that ended up being. I just remember him being in the training office and our trainer's like, how did this happen? And our head coach from the track team's literally like, oh, football's out there. Like we're practicing. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, didn't give a fuck. He's like, I don't really know what you want me to say. Like, if you're not gonna give us our space like we're supposed to have, like we're the primary sport right now. You guys are occupying our space. Shit happens, basically. So, just one of my favorite stories from high school, and just I don't think I'll ever forget it. Maybe it's because the way the kid just felt like a dead body, but it was funny as shit. So, that's today's story, and we'll be back with more soon. Talk sometime.
Taking shots by the lake till I can't even breathe no more, see no more. I was riding around town thinking to myself, is it gonna get easier? I'll be up and away up the street and bake, but I can't even breathe no more. What's it to me? What can I see?